Good morning, everyone. This is Donna Davis with Donna Davis Presents. And today is day 7 of 7 as I have been discussing the things that can affect your self confidence. So let's get a recap of what we've been talking about this week. Day 1 was rejection. Day 2, we talked about negative self talk. Day 3, we talked about others' expectations. Day 4, we talked about disappointments. Day 5, we talked about stress. And on yesterday, we talked about wanting what other people have. On day 6, we talked about wanting what other people have. And these are all things that can affect our self confidence. So, the seventh thing that can affect our self confidence is not believing in ourselves. Oh my goodness. When we don't believe that we can achieve the things that we desire, when we don't believe that we have it in us, then it affects our self confidence. We want to do all of these things, but we don't believe that we have the ability. And why don't we believe? Because we didn't get the degree. We don't have the training. We don't know where to begin. We waited too long. We spent too much time wrapped up in this thing over here that by the time we looked up, it was like, oh my goodness, I don't have time to do this thing over there. I don't believe that if I did this, that I would be successful. So it affects our self-confidence and it makes us settle. And a lot of us are settling for things that we shouldn't be settling for. But the reason that we're settling for that job, for that thing, for lack, the reason that we are settling is because we don't believe that we have the ability to achieve what is inside of us. And that affects our self-confidence. And you have to understand, if it is something that you desire to do, if it is something that you want to do, then you need to do it. Forget about, oh, I'm going to fail. Ooh, I know what other people are going to say about me. And it's all the things we've been talking about this week. Oh, I'm going to get rejected if I apply for that job. And they're going to be like, why is she applying for this job? So I'm just not going to do it because I don't believe that I'm going to get it. I don't believe I'm going to make it. I don't believe I'm going to succeed. And that's the negative self-talk that we talked about earlier in the week. We don't believe in ourselves. But let me tell you, if we don't believe in us, there is no way that we can expect anybody else to believe in us. And it affects our self-confidence. And you know what happens when we don't believe in us? Every time something happens that reinforces that non-belief, it's a shot to our self-confidence. So every time somebody says something negative to us, every time somebody rejects us, we go, yep, this is just reinforcing that I'm not good enough. I knew I wasn't good enough. I don't even know why I tried. I don't even know why I attempted to do that. I don't know what came over me. It's the desire that is in you. So go ahead and try. Go ahead and apply. Go ahead and do these things. And you may say, but it's not working out. What happens when it doesn't work out? When it doesn't work out, that is actually a great thing, a wonderful thing. Because you should only want for yourselves the things that God has for you. If I wanted something and God didn't want that for me, even though I want it, I really don't. I only want what my destiny is. I only want what my purpose is. And as we are living out this thing called life, we don't fully understand that in any given moment that we are in. And I have tried many things. I'm an adventurous person. I believe in myself at times. I don't always believe in myself. And it's one of the things that I'm working on because it does affect your self-confidence. But I have realized that when I got rejected, when I got disappointments, that if I really looked at that situation, I learned something about myself, or I learned something about the people that I was interacting with in that situation. So all failures is not failures. It's just an opportunity, a try that didn't go the way that we thought that it would go. But what can we learn from this? It doesn't mean don't try again. It doesn't mean don't apply again. It does not mean that you begin to look at yourself and you begin to eliminate yourselves from rooms that you actually belong in. That you actually belong in. Do you think the enemy is going to make it easy for us to accomplish the things that we were created to accomplish? And if he can attack our self-confidence and make us ball up in a corner and go to a corner and not think about it again, don't you think he's going to do that? Absolutely. That's why you have to have confidence in yourself and in your abilities. And I'm not saying that whatever that thing is, that's what you're meant to be or that's what you're meant to do, but you're definitely meant to learn something in that process because, we age and we change, as our children. We ask our children, what do you want to be when you grow up? And, they're saying doctors and lawyers and all of this stuff. And it's great and it's wonderful. And when they grow up, some of them stay on that trail, but some of them change their minds. You can change your mind. You can change your mind. It's okay. And I know a lot of us don't change our mind because we told our friends and we told all of these people, this is what I'm going to do. And we feel like if we change our mind, that they're going to look at us as a failure. And we stay in that thing. And we know we're not happy. And we know it's not what we're supposed to be doing. We know it's the path we're not supposed to be on. And it affects our self-confidence because everyone's like, oh, that's good. And we're saying to ourselves, I really don't want to do this. But I don't believe enough in myself to take the leap, to take the jump, to do what it is that I know is within me. So lack of belief in oneself is the seventh thing that can affect your self-confidence. Like I said, this week I talked about 7 different things, and you may say this one is affecting my self-confidence, or you might be like, nope, that's not it. That's not affecting me. I'm not letting these people bother me. I'm just jumping on. So just if you haven't watched any of the 7 days, I encourage you, they're under 15 minutes, I believe, and figure out which one is affecting your self-confidence and attack that thing. We can't continue to sit around not being confident in ourselves because the gifts that are within you, the talents that are within you, your world needs it. This world needs it. We need for it to come out of you. And in order for it to come out, we have to uncover the things that have been covering up our self-confidence so that we can shine like the bright lights we were created to be. So I thank you for joining me this week. I thank you for joining me this morning as we have been discussing the 7 things that can affect your self-confidence. I am Donna Davis of Donna Davis Presents, motivational speaker and empowering life coach, and I look to see you next time. Thank you.